one.
Now, guys, we are back. Two things we're going to cover is this dude loves. You love Four Roses. Is that one of your?
I love Four Roses.
Certain.
In particular, this one. And usually, like people that are like trying to, this one would be the one based on paper if you're just looking at the bottles and you can't see, you haven't tasted them yet.
And why paper? Like, what does that say?
Well, because this is the tier 6 instead of a tier 5, and so most people would be chasing, the higher floor generally.
OBSV.
Oh, higher floor.
And the recipe's an OBSV.
That's an EV.
OBSQ.
Yeah, actually, I guess technically that's higher proof still, huh?
Yeah.
Usually the people are chasing the higher tier because of the higher proof.
Yeah, because the higher tier means with the higher floor,
Yeah.
which means the higher proof point.
Generally speaking,
Which means it's more robust flavor.
How old is the one you got?
This one says... Shit.
Oh, this is 9 year, 1 month. And this one... Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. 11 year, 3 month and higher. That makes sense. That's why this one...
This is the one we poured anyway.
Yeah, that's the... And that's
This the one
that's
you
got
want.
The Coke note. Yeah, I know. This is one of my very favorite Four Roses single barrels I've ever had.
So could we say that you aimed RC Cola to mimic kind of some of these profiles?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think Richard.
Because you like the cola note, that's why I asked that.
Yeah. The RC Cola note's different.
God, it's so good,
Yeah.
bro. I know I revert back to that, but I love that RC Cola. And the reason when you said Coke, I thought, well, but Coke and RC Cola definitely have a different flavor.
Very much so. But get Richard's face. You gotta get this face, man. That's the one thing you gotta.
There's a thing in here. I don't think you could do this with whiskey that's less than 11 years old. You need a maturity.
It does have a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, but you need a maturity to the whiskey that like.
It almost has an effervescent because of like the little bit of hug you get after the finish.
This is so fun. This is what's fun to me, Richard.
And these legs, man.
Look how it coats
we
it.
all like a nice pair of legs.
This is fantastic whiskey.
100%, bro. Goodbye on this one, huh, bud?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is, I went to KBF last year, and Tim's like, all right, you need to buy this. So I'm like, dude, this is getting out of hand, dude. And he was like, well, if you don't want it, I'll just buy it. I said, nah. I'm like, nah. If you saying you'll buy it for me, that means it must be worth something. I don't know what's going on still, but I'm going to just hold on to it just to be sure.
Wow.
And then I asked him I said, hey, I said, walk me through like the four. He says, oh, those are drinkers. And so I didn't know what that meant at the time, but I said, what does that mean? He says, well, some things you want to hold on to because the value goes up. These are ones like you want to share with people and just drink like they're good drinkers.
Enjoy it.
And then when I opened it and cracked it with Richard and our guy Jimmy G and him Jamarcus, they're like, oh my, especially this guy's like.
No, I loved it too.
This is the one.
And I'm like, I still don't know what's going on, but I love the excitement and the joy that they get from trying this. And I'm like, I'm glad I just listened, right?
I'm taking pictures of it. I was going to try to go find one.
No, it's seriously a good expression. 100%.
No, it is. And even that old Fitz bottle that I have in there, you go.
Oh, yeah, look at the value of that now.
But
they got whiskey of the world.
Well, that's what he goes. He goes, hey.
Got best whiskey of the world this year.
He goes, hey, you got to get this one, but I'll buy it for you. I said, nah, if you think it's worth something, I better just hold on to it. Look, I ain't stupid.
Yeah, it's rare to get these 11-year Four Roses too. They're not normally this old, are they?
Oh shit.
Huh?
Sometimes I've seen them up. I've seen them
12?
11. Yeah. Usually much past that, you start getting.
I thought it was like 8, 9, 10. I haven't, but I love Four Roses though. I wish I could get a handle on the Al Young.
Usually, when you see in the 11, you're getting closer. You see in the lower tier. Okay. You know what I mean? And then like 12-year lower tier. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't know if I've seen 12
for volume.
Yeah,
because you're going to lose a lot of volume in the higher tier.
When you start getting into 11-year and tier 5, tier 6, 62, 63%. Those are like you said, you were there for a special event, right? It was it was the whiskey.
No, this only release you could only buy 1 or 2 bottles.
Yeah, that's why.
And it was a KBF release, so it means you had to be in Kentucky during the Bourbon Fest to get this bottle.
And a VIP, I think.
Yeah.
No, not at. No, so when we went in there, that Four Roses
sure, yeah, that's what you
jacket
bought,
I got.
I think slick.
And I was like people were standing in line. I was like, Tim, what's going on? He was like, oh, they're doing a special KBF release. I'm like, should I buy these? He was like, yeah. He was like, just get them, and if you don't want them, I'll buy them from you. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just hold on to them.
Oh yeah.
So
this year's gonna be fun, bro.
When you look up and you go
10 days to purchase our tickets,
and you go, now I'm like this. Oh, I'm so glad that I listened because I get to share this with these guys and get to teach me about what's going on because I still don't have a damn clue.
No, I wouldn't know. I would need some advice too. I've never been.
When I tell you the beauty about it is when you go with Tim, his brother, and he's like whiskey connoisseurs.
Yeah.
You're literally in real time. You just go, hope you brought your wallet, buddy. Because we're finna buy everything.
No, it's funny because it's like I think I know whiskey. I think I know whiskey till I get around people who know whiskey. And it's like, oh shit, I really don't know nothing. Because my collection in scale is diminished by some of these people.
Now, this is Golden Grains. Richard, you never tried it. Don't worry, whatever you don't drink, I'll drink the rest.
I've never tried Golden Grains.
And I was never gonna open this bottle again, but then my buddy Gooch was here, and then to be clear, we were at the Blendery this past weekend, and they informed me about a guy and people that were there sharing $2,000 to $3,000 bottles. Well, what's a $2,000-$3,000 bottle worth of whiskey? It's like, I guess, George C. Stagg. Who was the other? William LaRue.
Yeah.
We had one that was like from 1979.
An Old Weller antique.
Yeah. So by the time we looked up, I was like, damn, these guys can crack a $3,000 bottle and tell you to drink up and enjoy yourself.
It ain't batting an eye.
Look, that's the part that threw me for a loop because every time we like pour a little bit more, like
except Miguel. Oh, I'm just kidding. Fucking with you, Miguel.
Like that right there. That right there. 1979, 107 proof. That is a classic, man. And I still don't know what's going on. What I do know is it was worth me opening this on my buddy.
I had a terrible time.
Yeah. Look.
The worst.
It's like the most evil laugh ever.
It was literally, again.
Oh, man.
I'm
joy.
Fun, bro.
Beginner's luck. I tell people, hey, how'd you get here? I said,
No, I ain't beginner's luck because I was there and I ain't no beginner.
No, but I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
so your beginner's luck rubbed off on me.
No. My beginner's luck rubbed off on me.
Well, I tried all of them too, so you tell me.
Give us some feedback on this Golden Grains, which you didn't get to try.
This smells more like honey bunches of oats.
100%. 100%.
Like the clusters.
I think that's what they were going for, Golden Grains, because it's definitely not like Golden Grams.
No.
It's more like honey bunches of oats.
No. There's like I feel like there's more of like a cereal milk quality to this than there is to the Teddy Grahams or to the like Brazilian Bird.
Brazilian Bird is one that you blended.
Now that Brazilian Bird,
yeah,
I have not
the other
cracked.
two I worked on.
I have not cracked my Brazilian Bird.
It's good. It is good.
I was thinking about gifting that
I
one.
think it was underestimated.
I think it's slept on,
The
but
people who like Amberano.
it's super sweet though.
Yeah. Get his fist.
Oh, there's malt. Okay.
Is there a malt whiskey in it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's a rye that's malted rye, right?
I don't know.
Tim will tell you, I'm sure.
Yeah, Tim will know for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the creaminess of the milk, like the cereal milk thing, comes from the malt. Because on the palate, I get more malt.
That makes sense.
This is definitely less Amberana than the other two.
Golden Grains, player.
Yeah.
Then that's notorious. People that
That's
cover
honey bunches
that.
of oats clusters, man, and they're all over that.
So you're saying they came up with the wrong name? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
But you can taste the subtleties in it, though.
Oh yeah,
Super good.
And I had no clue about what Amberano was at the time, so you go, okay, whatever. I literally had no clue. I was just like, this is fucking good.
So there's a thing in here that I taste that tastes like the American single malts we got in. Right, we know those 900 barrels, specifically that honey note.
Yeah.
I can taste that in here.
What's that
It's
999
from the
barrel?
malt. Huh?
999, is that one of those?
Yeah, 999.
I saw that one up top. That one looks interesting.
990, 99. I think we got 10 of them.
You got a 999, and I'm curious to see what that 99 is about.
Yeah. That's nice.
That's a cool number. I think that 999 is going to be a winner.
Yeah.
I'll fuck around, get my ducats together, and buy that bitch.
Hey,
Put it
it's
under
tough, man.
put it under our club. What's our club?
oh, keep it whiskey.
Yeah, keep it whiskey barrel. Our first keep it whiskey bottle.
Hey, but that right there is magical, man. Golden Grain's one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's breadier.
That's the malt.
Yeah. Like
So you can taste the difference, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could line up Brazilian Bird, Teddy Grahams, and that blind. I like walk away, and you could like.
You'd know.
I feel like that. I would. You know.
The way I believe you would. But that goes back to shout out to the Blendery, which is a place that we all kind of hang out. Definitely him and I work at. Jamarcus comes and helps us assist. There's nothing better than I've learned than sitting down and breaking some bread. In this case, cracking some bottles with your people and learning about whiskey. Guys, I don't know anything, but I know I'm going to know more tomorrow as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to do. So I love that you love this right here because I forgot it was in there.
Bro, that bottle.
Super Cola.
That's the bottle.
Coca-Cola for sure.
And it's super flavorful, super tasty. It's just a good buy, like a good barrel. And mind you, they had two other ones.
What'd you pay for that? Just for shits and giggles?
Maybe like $189.
Not bad.
$189. I don't think there was no bottle
Maybe
out.
$149?
No.
$189?
No. Let me be very clear. And when you go to the KBF release, let me tell you this. There was no bottle that I bought that was less than 180. I'm telling you that right now. If these right here, matter of fact, the one that was under 180 was that Wild Turkey 70-year release that they had.
Yeah, those were like 69.
Yeah, that's the cheapest bottle I bought the whole time.
That's a good one, but I'm just saying, what I mean is...
And I'm so confused still. Tim gives me his card. He was like, we get in line. I said, what are we doing? And he's like, well, they dropped to 70. We gotta
most of the MSRP, most MSRPs from distilleries aren't that high.
No.
So
this motherfucker was, I left
it's KBF.
with these two bottles, it was almost $400. I was like, shit.
360-ish.
It was 380.
We had that windbreaker too, though.
Yeah.
So I think it might be
That olive drive one I get
that's $60 easy.
Is he my size, bro?
That thing is sick, huh? I know I'm
that Four Roses olive drive windbreaker. Yeah. Next time I get back up there, I'm gonna get one.
Hey,
It's tough. It is tough.
Look, it works.
Everybody's going to wear that next year.
Well, it was raining like a motherfucker, so you needed
pouring
it.
rain. And when I say pouring rain, it was pouring rain. You pull up to this place. There's a lot of people there. They got people on golf carts going to do tours. Mind you, people, this is my first experience in Kentucky. Anything, and
Kentucky cool though.
it was. You know, my stupid behind didn't realize. I forgot that Ali was from Kentucky.
Fuck yeah, he from Louisville.
Yeah.
So I was like this, man. What do people even come to Kentucky for? And then you walk out and
The champ is here.
is that Ali?
Oh,
Champ
damn.
is here.
I got him in the room. That's my guy. Yo, this
Champ
is
is
crazy.
here. Yeah,
my
man.
stupid behind forgot he's old Louisville boy. What is
Fuck yeah, bro.
Man, so it was a classic time. Richard, anything that people should look for when they're trying to get, I guess, clean Four Roses bottles? Like, I wouldn't know what to look for at Four Roses.
So yeah, I mean, like first of all, you should never judge a book by its cover, kind of thing. As every
That's
single
true.
barrel is different. Some
of those
the
small
lower proof
batches
ones
are
are better.
good.
Like you can't judge a book by its cover. But like, if there was 15 of them and they were just lined up, and it's like you get to pick one. I'm generally looking for,
Gold
a
label.
tier 6. So on the front, that last number there is the tier or the level that it's on. So this is a tier 6, and this is a tier 5. And then they have the different recipes on the side. There's 10 different recipes. And it will also tell you the age. So I think this one's 9 year, 1 month. And this one's closer to 11 year. And so there's two different, there's a high rye and a low rye. So there's a 20% rye bourbon and a 35% rye bourbon, and so that's what the E or the
And the one we
or
like
the
is
B
the
is.
35%.
I like them both, man. But that's what and then the last letter, is it has to do with the yeast strain. So there's 5 different yeast strains and 2 different, rye content. So that makes 10 different recipes. But I'm generally looking. I love all the recipes. So I do like the F recipes a lot. I do like the EV recipes a lot. But I like them all.
They're all different too.
Yeah. So, but I'm generally looking for the higher tier in coincidence with the higher age. But so is everybody else. You know what I mean? So that's what makes it tricky. And you could find a 9-year-old single barrel that's 52%. It could be outstanding. So it's
And it's also Richard, wouldn't you say it's also where your palate's at? So
Exactly.
everybody's palate's at a different level. So find what works for you and grow on that. And don't be scared to try new. That's the thing. And don't be scared. You don't have to buy the most expensive bottle on the rack. What you got to do is find what you like, hone in on that, and then grow from there.
Yeah, I mean, true story. I mean, I've grown so much, which makes this easier to drink.
Yep.
But it's easier to drink when you have more information as well.
100%.
And then when we're drinking, worst case scenario, 105, 108 every time we break. We're at the Blendery.
120.
120.
It's
and up.
mostly in the 110s and 120s.
Man, say. So, and then again, I get to learn about every bottle that I purchase. And mind you,
Oh, there's a group of people at the Blendery. They're 4 friends, and so every time they get something, they split it.
That's cool.
So I mean, if you're trying to stretch your money 4 ways,
That's smart,
get 3
dude.
friends that are into it, that are trying to chase the same hobby that you're trying to chase, that are in for the experience, and that's a great way to go about it.
1.75 milliliter, and everybody gets a nice little sample.
Yeah.
And then you really get to learn what you like.
Yeah, exactly.
dude, and that right there is what makes whiskey special, people. Well, as always, man.
About that
Glad you got to
camaraderie.
try Golden Grains.
Yeah.
I know you really wanted the Coca-Cola thing.
Oh, dude, man, this is outrageous. This is a really, really good
That's
single
smoke
barrel.
on the water, whatever that is. It was up here.
Oh yeah, that's the Coahuila. Yeah. But yeah, Golden Grains is fantastic.
It's cool.
It's that honey bunches of oats clusters. I love it.
I'm missing.
That being said, people, stay tuned as always. Make sure if you're in Dallas, Texas or DFW area, go visit the Whiskey Blendery. Stop by, say hi to Richard. He's one of the blenders who's become a master blender one day. In our last episode, you got to see us take us around all the regions of Scotland to try a little bit of everything. And I had to make sure he tried the Golden Grains, man, because he said he could try that one. But even more importantly, keep your whiskey.
Oh.
Cheers.